To my YouTube family, this is the OG Crypto New Jack coming at you with some juicy news. But before I begin, let me say I am not a financial advisor. Anything you see or hear in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Remember to do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making investment decisions. Okay, we're starting here at the crypto market. It's coming in at 1.19 trillion, down 0.3%. Bitcoin is number one, coming in at 27,056. Coming in at number two is Ethereum at 1,890. Our beloved XRP is at number six, coming in at 52 cents. Taking a look at crypto bubbles, we have Pulse coming in as the top gainer at 7.3, and it looks like XRD is the top loser, down 7.1%. The Fear and Greed Index is neutral, coming in at 53. Okay, everybody can breathe a sigh of relief. Bloomberg reports President Biden signed the bill averting a U.S. default, sidestepping an economic catastrophe. Well, I guess that's exactly what happened. We sidestepped that and pushed the can down the road till 2025. Moving on. ELON put out yesterday, the House passed the Equal Opportunity for All Investors Act of 2023, H.R. 2797, which would allow people to be considered accredited investors if they take and pass an SEC Gov approved test. This is very good news because the current accredited investor does not work. It basically, they say they're doing that to protect investors, but all they're doing is preventing the lower income and middle income investors from becoming in the upper echelon, the elite, so to speak. And this is a good way for the average folk to try and make some investment opportunities where they can become part of the upper class, which is very good news. Okay, moving on. We have Dark Defender. He's a chart guy. He says he sees a price range of XRP from $3 to $6. This is how we're getting there, step-by-step third wave structure, considering weekly RSI and wave trend, targeting 3.39 precisely. Let's see 67 cents first, which is close. I respect that. You know, I would be okay with that price. But I just think it's just going to be a little bit higher. Moving on, I'm more in the camp over here. Shout out to Weezy. He has John E. Dean with 2 predictions, and I'm more in the camp with John Dean, where he states here, XRP advocate John Dean suggests XRP could hit an all-time high of $10 following the lawsuit against the SEC. And I'm just coming at it from a common sense angle. XRP was close to $4, I believe $3.84, maybe a little bit lower, some other exchanges, but this was in 2018 and 2023, after clarity, after this lawsuit's over. How could it not double to triple its previous all-time high? So I can easily see a $10 XRP. Moving on to John Dean's next prediction. Dean says, Ripple's potential IPO could lead to a valuation surpassing 100 billion. And I 100% agree. Actually, I would say it could be a little bit higher than that. Ripple is basically going to be the Amazon in the crypto world. And they are a juggernaut. They're just making acquisitions, hiring top elite people. 100% is the bare minimum. The $100 billion valuation is the minimum. I actually see it, you know, a little bit higher than that. Okay, moving on. Whale Chart has Elon Musk faces lawsuit over Dogecoin price manipulation. This lawsuit is just ridiculous. I guess when you become rich and famous, you lose your right to free speech, which is insane. This lawsuit should get thrown out. I mean, who knows? This guy tweets out an X. Here we go. He tweets out an X. What does that mean? Is he talking about XRP? Is he talking about XLM? Is he talking about XCC? Or maybe he's not talking about crypto at all. Maybe he's just talking about X and he wants to make a company with that name, and maybe he might change Twitter to X. I mean, the guy cannot make a tweet without getting defamed or someone trying to go after him. It's completely ridiculous, and that lawsuit should get thrown out. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Michael Branch. He puts out Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange by trading volume, is planning to delist a number of privacy coins. And we take a look at the article here. It says Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange by trading volume, is planning to delist a number of privacy coins for users in Spain, France, Italy, and Poland. The coins that will be delisted include Zcash, Monero, Decred, Horizon, Verge, Dash, Secret, Viral, AppCoin, PIVX, MobileCoin, and Beam. These coins will no longer be available for trading for users from the 4 countries starting from June 26, 2023. Okay, moving on. Further on the article, it states it is unclear whether the delisting is related to the implementation of EU's new MiCA regulatory framework for crypto, which was signed into law on Wednesday, and whether it will affect users from the European countries later. In the past, Binance ZZ said his exchange will make the necessary adjustments to be in position of full compliance with MiCA by the time the law enters into effect. And that is most likely what's going on. That's why those coins are going to be delisted, because he wants to be in full compliance, and I can't blame him for that. Okay, moving on. We have Tom Emmer. He writes, today I introduced the Securities Clarity Act with Rep. Darren Soto. This is very good news for the crypto space. We have Tom Emmer, who is a Republican, Rep. Darren Soto, who is a Democrat. So this is a bipartisan bill, which is what we need. We need bipartisan from both sides of the aisle to step in and provide clarity for the crypto space. He goes on to say this bill clarifies the regulatory classification of digital assets and provides market certainty for innovators and clear jurisdictional boundaries for regulators. And Jerry Berto chimes in. This is the smartest approach we have seen to provide clarity about how securities law applies to digital assets. We applaud Rep. Emmer for his continued leadership on policy affecting cryptocurrency. That is good to see. And Jeremy Hogan, of course, he chimes in. The Securities Clarity Act, also known as the XRP holder protecting / Coinbase and Binance relieving / crypto startup protecting / USA Pro innovation / Hinman speech codifying / sticker to the SEC / act for short. I gotta tell you, if Jeremy Hogan's career as a lawyer doesn't work out, he can definitely do stand-up comedy for sure. Shout out to Jeremy Hogan for that. Now, moving on, Meta Lawman chimes in, not with this particular bill, but it's with the proposal that McHenry came out with recently. And this is going to be a good way to rein in the SEC, because the bill is amended to say, at the conclusion of every litigated SEC case, the court shall determine which party is the prevailing party. If the court determines that the defendant is the prevailing party, then the SEC shall pay all attorney fees incurred by that defendant. But just imagine, in the current SEC versus Ripple case, if this law was in effect and Ripple, the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, stated that they will spend $200 million defending themselves. And when they win, and they will, the SEC would have to pay them $200 million in their lawyer fees. The SEC wouldn't be too quick to sue somebody, especially with their corrupt motives, or at the very least, it's not a faithful allegiance to the law motives, as Sarah Judge Nedburn stated in one of her motions. So too bad this wasn't in place yet, but when this thing goes into law, if it does, it would definitely stop the SEC from their overreach. Okay, moving on. We had the Daily Huddle saying that Americans pulled $472 billion out of U.S. banks in 3 months as depositors exit in historic numbers. I think finally the American public is waking up to the banking Ponzi-nomic structure that they have, and they're not taking chances with their money. That's good to see with that. Okay, moving on here, we have a Warren Davidson, a congressman, on a podcast, and he's asked about the SEC and Gary Gensler. Let's see if we can get it to play.
From, there's no name. It says, Warren, can you touch on the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, and his attack on crypto innovation in the U.S., also about his role as CFO for Hillary 2016, signing off on the payment for Crossfire Hurricane, get him out of office?
Yeah, we're working to get rid of Gary Gensler. I gave a hearing where I was able to communicate with him and say, look, I plan to fire you. We've got a bill that basically restructures the Securities and Exchange Commission and eliminates the chairmanship, i.e. fires Gary Gensler as chairman. He would still be a commissioner. And right now there are 5 commissioners. Originally, it was created as a commission because the commission was supposed to do the decision making. And then they supercharged the powers of the chairman. And Gary Gensler is front running everybody. I mean, he's moving ahead of Congress. He's Republicans and Democrats, the House, the Senate. He's moving ahead of Treasury. He's moving ahead of CFTC. And frankly, it's all to impose his will on everything. And so there's almost no accountability. The commission, you either have 4 commissioners that are useless, or you need, and 1 chairman, or you go back to say, look, our capital markets are the best in the world. I mean, look, we got 4 or 5% of the world's population, 25% of the world's GDP, but we have over 50% of the world's invested capital. I mean, why would you mess that up? But Gary Gensler is in the process of messing it up. And you look at crypto, he's clearly declared war on crypto. He's a henchman for Elizabeth Warren, and he's front running everything for Elizabeth Warren, frankly, Sherrod Brown, who's the chairman of Senate Banking. So they're doing nothing over there except incentivizing him to do this. The way to rein him in is to restructure the Securities and Exchange Commission.
There you go. I hope Congressman Warren Davidson does follow through and gets rid of Gary Gensler out of his chair position. And okay, fam, that's going to do it for today's video. If you found this video to be helpful, would you please smash the like and subscribe? I would really appreciate it. And it doesn't cost you anything. Thank you very much in advance. In the words of Snoop Dogg, keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Peace out, fam.